guys, welcome again. So again, new live stream. So finally, Bitcoin, well, is moving. If I am very honest with you, I was expecting, actually, it's the first time I see Bitcoin actually moving before the multi-close. Actually, it's very interesting. It's the first time I see something like this. Actually, yeah, it's the first time. I cannot remember even. I was studying the chart yesterday and I couldn't find like another example. Like actually, Bitcoin did something like what we saw yesterday, right? Like moving like this. It's okay. I was expecting in the short term a bounce. Let me show you here. I was in long position in short term, right? In the very, very short term, I was in long position around $93,500, around there. Looking for a bounce, right? Testing 95 around there in 4-hour chart, but instead Bitcoin crashed and I got a stop it around $92,500 around there. After that, I decided to execute another trade, but this trade it was different. This trade is for my main account, in my main account, sorry, around $93,000. I am in short right now here. It's not the best. I don't like this setup. It's not. I am a big fan of this setup. But I am right now here in short position right now, looking for actually continuation all the way down to 75. The reason why I decided to open a short position right now here is because, well, we actually have an official Bitcoin broke actually the support around here and this area. Here it was a support for a long time between $94,000 and $93,000, and now Bitcoin actually went all the way down to $87,000. As you can see here, we use volume profile. This is going to be a major resistance, and $97,000 is going to be a major resistance in the future. Honestly, I don't see Bitcoin bouncing right now and testing $97,000. I don't think so. I think Bitcoin is going to just keep crashing all the week. Why? Because we're after of 4 months of distribution, not consolidation, distribution. When you see something like this, Bitcoin likes to crash or bounce. It depends on the direction of the market around 25%, 35%. So right now from this crash, from this point, it's just only 10%. So I'm expecting around between 25 and 30%, around here, something like this. So now invalidations, yes, there is something I have to tell you. I am paying attention of this. Of course, we don't have confirmation, not yet. It's gonna take all the week, right? All the week is not now. There is a potential Bollinger variance forming right now in 1-day chart from this point, around 94K and 85K. But right now it's just my imagination. There is no confirmation right now. So it's just it's very dangerous to enter right now in long position because the market is trending right now. Officially, Bitcoin is in downtrend in 1-day chart. So when Bitcoin actually is the first time since 2000 and last year, September 2024, Bitcoin was in sideways here, as you can see, for a long time, and after a long time, finally Bitcoin is in downtrend officially in 1-day chart. So of course, as you can see here, there is no volume. There is nothing to defend Bitcoin around this area below 87,000. There is nothing here. So of course, the best area, the next area to start looking for a potential bounce is gonna be, technically speaking, around 75K, $80,000 around here. And of course, the major support is gonna be this area around 70K, 65K. Honestly, I'm expecting Bitcoin will hit first around 75K, $80,000 and potential bounce from there. But eventually, over time, I am looking for this support to be tested around 65K, around here. This area actually is going to be tested in this year actually. So what I'm going to do right now, nothing. I am just shorting. I protected my entry. And in my main account, I am in 93K. I am not very proud about this position because I was hoping Bitcoin will have not the last bounce, and maybe catch Bitcoin around maybe 97, 90, 98. But well, this is in the very short term, but in the macro scale, of course, the perspective is different, right? Because if I am correct with this and Bitcoin crashed to 75K, well, technically speaking, we are actually in the top, right? Still in the top, looking for around this area where is the ME55, as you can see here, around 75K. Now, think about this. If you see another test of ME55, of course, potentially we could see a bounce here, but that bounce is gonna be a fake out. And the reason is very, very, very obvious here. Let me show you here. We have a sell signal here. We have a sell signal, this is still present, but with this dump, the most important chart right now is the monthly. The monthly is it's about to close as reversal, okay? With sell signal confirmation and plus better variance. So all the bounces you see here, especially in higher time frames, they will be a sell. So as you can see here, it's very obvious, like there is nothing here to support Bitcoin in this area. There is nothing, right? Empty space. So that's why usually the market always is looking for confluence. So in this case, the next confluence in the monthly is around this area. Yeah, this area around 70, no, 65, 64K around there. And eventually I am looking for maybe another test to maybe 40K, 50K, but that is another in another live stream. So right now here, the most important close is very actually in just in 2 days. We have to see Bitcoin about $97,000 if we want to see invalidation. The odds are very, very, very low right now, very low. I am not bullish. Actually, I was not bullish since a long time ago, but right now it's more obvious for me. Like we have actually the setup right now. I will keep open my shorts and I will start looking for maybe a potential. I will take profits maybe around here if I am right, around 75K. And the reason is because of course we will see a bounce and potentially in that moment we could see another leg up to maybe 90K or 92, something like that. And of course, it's going to be a short opportunity as well. So now let's talk about something else. Let me show you here in today's chart. Let me show you here. The ME55 also in today's chart is broken here. Support is broken. There is nothing, it's more obvious here. Like there is nothing to support Bitcoin right now here. So if you're thinking to open longs right now, be careful here. Also, it's not the time for shorts. The last chance to open a short position was between 94 and 92K in the macro scale, of course. It was the last chance. Right now it's too late. If you want to open shorts, you have to wait for a bounce, right? A bounce here. After you see this bounce, just follow the trend and the trend is your friend. For example, let me show you here. You want to short Bitcoin, not now. You will have to wait for something like this. Imagine Bitcoin is crashing to 70K, sideways, and after that, a bouncing here, and just follow the MA55 here in some point and continuation to the downside. And that's it, okay? It's for example here, in uptrend is the same thing, right? It's bouncing here, testing the MA55 and continuation to the upside is the same thing to the downside. So I have a news for you. In one day chart, you will not have opportunity to short Bitcoin maybe one or two. So the only way to do that is if you go to 4-hour chart, right? It's very risky, right? Very risky right now. But you really want to enter to the market, you will have to wait for this bounce here. I don't see Bitcoin bouncing right now in 4-hour chart. Honestly, I don't think so. But if you see something like this, it just is going to be a short. Every bounce you see for Bitcoin right now is a short opportunity. Of course, I've been saying this. I started saying this long time ago. It's not new, right? But I am telling you right now. Finally, the resolution is to the downside. Now, invalidations. Well, let's talk about invalidation. Bitcoin somehow must hold this area around 86 to 89, around here. I don't see this area as support. I disagree with many people. Well, not many people, many traders, they are looking for this area as support. I don't see the confluence. I don't see the volume. I don't see anything here to say, oh, this is a support. No, I don't think so. I think this is just the confluence here is just 1 week. So for me, it's just about time. Like Bitcoin over time is just eventually just gonna break down this area. Yeah. So one second. Let me drink something. Okay. So now If we study what is happening right now in biweekly chart, also we have here a better divergence as well, and we are going to have a sell signal in the next close. The next close is about to happen in the first week of March. So in the first week of March, I am looking for all the way down to, yeah, maybe 75K is actually very decent. Honestly, I'm looking for maybe 65 in the following months. I don't want to say something like this right now because maybe it's too soon. One thing is, technically speaking, Bitcoin is an uptrend. That is a fact, right? Bitcoin is an uptrend, right? I know many traders will disagree, like, hey, Bitcoin is an uptrend and just follow the trend, and the trend is your friend. Correct. Actually, yes. If we see the MA55 here in weekly chart, technically speaking, is to the upside. My concern here is like, the problem is not weekly chart. The problem is the monthly and bi-monthly. You see monthly here, we have a better variance here in the monthly, right? Let me show you here. We have a better variance, right? The momentum is very bad. And also we have also the same setup or similar setup in bi-monthly. So this is telling me, if we see a pullback in weekly chart this time, is gonna be very risky to start like thinking about accumulation, because there is a very high probability Bitcoin in the next test is gonna be fake. I mean, like, it's gonna break. Let me show you an example here. For example, in 2021, when Bitcoin was in around 60K here, I opened a short position, right? A few months here. And after that, we saw this bounce, right? This is the bullish scenario. Like, maybe we can expect something like this. It could be possible. Yeah. For example, Bitcoin tested MA55. And after that, we have sideways action, maybe for maybe a few months, and after 2-3 months, something like this, right? Something like this. And after that, we have another sell signal here. Sorry, another buy signal. Potentially, we could see another, even new all-time high potentially, right? That is the bullish scenario. The problem with this approach, the problem with this is, if we compare what was happening here in 2021, monthly was healthy. Well, monthly was not that bad, okay? The problem here is, like, here we have multiple better variances in monthly, but in monthly and bi-monthly here. So that's why I think that is not gonna be the case. Now, honestly, for me, it's gonna look more like this one, this price action. So Bitcoin is gonna test the MA55 and actually potentially could break the MA55, stay here in sideways here. So, and after that, continuation after maybe 2 or 3 months. So what I'm expecting to see right now here is the next area of, like, Bitcoin is gonna be in sideways for a long time. Is gonna be between maybe 70K and 75K, if I'm right with this. Maybe the next 2 or 3 months here, right? And after that, we will see just continuation, looking for maybe around 40K, 50K, around there. So right now, this is not like technical analysis like that. It's just a speculation, right? Based on my experience, of course, I could be wrong. And I will be honest with you, I will open longs. If when I see Bitcoin here around 75K, I will close my position, right? My short. And also, I'm gonna start looking for longs, looking for this bounce. Now, remember this, right? Please remember this. This is the beginning of the way number A. The way number A. Remember LOA theory, right? Way number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? So if we follow LOA theory, we have this way number A around the top of the way number 3, the bottom of the way number 4, sorry, the way number 5 here, and finally this wave, so very powerful, where is around the top of the way number 1. This is in the big picture. This is, according to the LOA theory, that is something we can expect, right? In theory, right? That's why it's a theory. I have to be very clear with this. It's just a theory, okay? So for now, as you can see here, in way number A, right? In way number A here, we are just in the beginning, right? That's why, I mean, I am not a financial advisor, but in my case, right, I am not closing my shorts because I want to ride this wave, right? And after that, we will see a bounce here, sideways, right? It could be sideways because this could be, there are two types of waves, sideways and bounce, right? Or sideways or on downside. Actually, this concept, I got it from elevate theory, because when you have this way number B, it could be simple or it could be complex. So, and let me show you here. For example, way number A and B, very, very small, and C, where actually the way number B is just sideways action, right? Instead of bouncing here, Bitcoin is in sideways here for a long, long time. Yeah, long time. And this is a complex wave. Yeah, complex wave. And after that, wave number C. If you want to see an example, we can go to 2022 here, where instead of a bounce, we got just sideways. You see a choppy action here. This was in the macro scale. This was not a bounce. Why? Because when we are talking about a weekly chart, we can expect something like this, right? Something huge, something massive, something very interesting. But when we have a choppy, right, a choppy market, so this is another type of wave. In this case, as you can see here, let me show you here, way number A, B, and C. You see? Where actually the way number C, it was not very close, but very close. Well, not exact, right, but was very close around to the top of the way number A. The way number A, it was way number one. Sorry, it was around 14k, 15k around here. It's not exact, but as you can see here, also in 2021 we have the same setup. Way number one, way number two, way number three, way number four, number five, where actually we can see it, right? The way number A is the bottom or of the way number four, as you can see here, and way number B is the bottom of the way number three, around there, and way number way number C is the bottom, is the top of the way number one, and we can have we could have something similar here. I am not saying it's gonna happen exactly the same thing. That's why it's just a theory, right? But it's gonna help us to understand where we are right now. So if we follow elevate theory, right, and according to this theory, we are in the beginning of the way number A, okay, in the way number A. So I need to be honest with you. I use only Elliott wave in weekly chart and monthly. I don't use it for trading in the short term. It's terrible, actually. It's very bad. Please don't do that, okay? I wasted around 3 years of my life understanding Elliott wave theory, because I wanted to understand like much better, right, how actually I can do that in the short term. And I realized actually it's very bad. I mean, the performance is very bad. Why? Because it's a similar thing as the patterns. Actually, that's the reason why I don't follow patterns and I don't follow in the short term these kind of things, because in the chart we want to see, the trader will see what he wants to see, okay? Some traders will see like a rectangle, a falling wedge, or whatever, right? So that's why I don't do that. But there is an exception. For elevate theory, I realized after doing this many years, in the macro scale, like weekly chart and monthly, is actually very, very effective. So right now here, I am getting the idea where we are right now. And so that's why I'm looking for around 75K. Let's see if actually that's correct. Now, the second question is, imagine now we are at 75K here. Now we have two possibilities: sideways market, where the market is going to be using downside and in sideways, or we could see a bounce. Okay, so that is something we don't know. Okay, but based on probabilities, I can tell you right now, in the monthly, the odds are very low. I think we will just see sideways and after that downside, because we have not just only one better variance, we have two in monthly and bi-monthly, and also bi-weekly chart. Macro scale, in the macro scale, Bitcoin is screaming, right? It was screaming to like, hey, I'm gonna crash. Actually, that it was actually not obvious. It requires actually a lot of you need to understand a lot of price action and the kind of things, but overall in the long term, and that is the projection I have for Bitcoin. Now let's talk about the 1-day chart, because right now maybe you want to say, oh well, we could expect a bounce, right? maybe you could be right. It could be actually correct. The problem is the time. Today is just well, here in Japan is Wednesday. In America, I think it's just Tuesday. So it's the beginning of the week, right? So usually when you want to see sideways is on actually weekend. For example, if actually this move happened in Friday night, right, or last Friday, of course, usually weekends is just sideways, right? But right now Bitcoin is, we're in the beginning, right, of this week. So that's why I'm looking for, if we see a bounce, this bounce is just gonna be a sell opportunity. Right now, for example, Bitcoin looks like is actually trying to bounce here in 1 hour chart. Very bullish, right, to the moon. And if you are trading this, and especially with high leverage, please don't do that. Seriously, the only thing you are gonna do is you are gonna lose your money. But the best way to trade these kind of things is just waiting for when the market is not moving. It's just like this in sideways here, and after you see finally Bitcoin stop it, you can actually enter, because in 4 hour chart there is nothing here. As you can see here, the momentum is destroyed here. The volume, there is no clear signal here, just sideways here. In 12 hour chart, the momentum actually is destroyed. As you can see here, we don't have Bollinger variance. We don't have anything here. We don't have anything here. This is, you can say, oh, this is Bollinger variance. No, it's very far. So as you can see here, there is no volume here. Also, the volume here is falling here. The problem with this, you can say, oh, well, the volume is quite healthy. It's still healthy in 12 hour chart. The problem is like, it's just in short term. Right now, I am just watching 1 day chart and actually weekly chart. Okay, I am not wasting my time in 4 hour chart because as a rule, I don't force the trade. When I want to enter here is always when the market is in sideways here, because I want to catch the explosion here. Right now, I can tell you, I am very honest with you. I am not very proud of myself because I couldn't actually short here at 95K. I am shorting at 93K. Well, maybe I am very strict, right? At $92,500, right? I tried to do the same thing in 2021. I could actually catch it up. Here I did it in $107,000. Here I was in short here, but after I saw the buy signal here, I canceled my short because I was looking for another bounce. But in this case, instead of bouncing, Bitcoin was in sideways. Yeah. So I am a human. I am not. I made mistakes, right? Same as you. So I was in a very good position, $107,000 to 100 in short. I was planning to hold this for maybe 3-4 months. But when I saw this signal here, I was looking for a potential bounce here and maybe another opportunity to short again. But that didn't happen. It's okay. It's okay. No problem. No problem. So the market actually is very generous right now. And with the market like this, is trending now, is finally trending, is gonna be very good. It's gonna be nice, very good actually, to make profits, right? So now let's continue with the next chart. Let me show you here the USD dominance. USD dominance, as you can see here, is forming a better divergence right now in 1 day chart. I don't see signals like it's gonna, we will have a pullback. Honestly, I don't think so. I think it's gonna just keep moving. And the reason is because the volatility is very low here, and actually the volume actually is good. And I am expecting a break here. As you can see here, we have weekly buy signal is still present. Volume is coming here, looking for a breakout here around maybe 6%, and from there maybe a potential pullback in 1 day chart. So what I'm trying to say here is, if I am correct with this, we will see another leg up maybe this week. Bitcoin will keep crashing, and USD dominance will hit around, maybe could hit around 6%, and from there we can expect actually a pullback. But after finally we saw a major crash for Bitcoin. After that, I will be happy to open maybe a long position. Yes, only if I see key levels tested, like 75K, 80K, around there, potentially yes. But as you can see here, the market is bullish for USD dominance, right? It's very bullish. I am very bullish here. So I don't see any signals or like, oh yeah, Bitcoin is gonna bounce. No, I don't think so. I think in the long term, at least 2025, 2026, Bitcoin is just gonna keep crashing and crashing and crashing, okay? Because we have a monthly buy signal here with double bottom here. Now, let's continue with the Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is actually doing very well, same as a few days ago. As you can see here, we have a buy signal here. It's in sideways here, volatility contraction here. It's still healthy. It's still healthy. It's still healthy. I am still bullish here. Looking for same level, 68, 70%. Finally, I can see some YouTubers, they are started talking about the same level I started talking about this like maybe 1 year ago or 2 years ago. I don't know, a long time ago. But finally, I can see some people, they are in the same page. I am not looking for validation. Just I see why I'm watching X, because some people ask me, hey, why you are reading X? Is because well, I wanted to be more active and maybe show you something different, right? What actually other traders are doing, right? Let me show you one thing. I'm gonna show you this technical analysis from one guy who is actually very famous in the space. He has 2 million followers, and I can tell you he's wrong. Yeah, I'm sorry for saying this, but not because you have 2 million followers that means you are good, right? Right. Yeah, let me show you. Now, as you can see here, we have this technical analysis where he said it's a reminder from 2016, 2017, the bull market, right? Because we are right now in a current bull market. Yeah, we had multiple 30% dips, yeah, and all the way up, as you can see here. So this trader is saying like, the market is like this, and we are gonna have just multiple crashes, and we will keep pumping forever and ever. I actually disagree with this statement and this technical analysis, and I think just this kind of people, they are just doing this kind of post because, well, people in general, they want to believe in something. They want to believe like, oh yeah, my investment, I am smart, my investment was not bad, right? I will recover my money. That is the general feeling. So people like this guy and other guys, they are just playing with people, right? Because let me explain why, technically speaking, actually is not correct. Let me show you here. I'm gonna show you my chart here. Okay, and as you can see here, from technical perspective here, Bitcoin has been losing momentum over time. As you can see here, every time when we have a sell signal here, yeah, Bitcoin actually is crashing, right? It's crashing here. But I don't want you to pay attention to the signals. I want you to pay attention to the momentum. The momentum is trending to the downside, as you can see here, right? When we have the peak of the momentum was in 2014. In 2016, 17 was quite high. In 2021 is actually lower and lower, as you can see here. So maybe you don't realize about this because you think like, oh, Bitcoin in 2017 was, or 16 was $1,000 and now is 100K. Okay, you can say, well, Bitcoin is pumping very hard, right? Yeah, forever and ever. No, that is the problem. When you think like all the assets will just keep pumping forever and ever, that is the problem. This is the evidence, as you can see here. Bitcoin, yes, it's pumping here, but less and less and less if we compare the performance after the sell signal. From here, from the bottom here, Bitcoin pumping here around 8,000, 10,000%, and here from the bottom here to the top here around 1,500%, and from the bottom here to this around 500%. Do you see the pattern? It's around 5x less. 5x less. So the reason why Bitcoin pumped so hard from in 2016-17 is because we couldn't short Bitcoin. In this time here, Bitcoin was just pushed by community. It was more like an open source project, more like a hobby thing, more like just people, oh yeah, I believe in Bitcoin, blockchain. And mostly all the YouTubers you see right now, they bought around here. Yeah, they are considered like early investors. Okay, and they were lucky, and they are making money. I'm very happy for them. But here, in 2018, something very bad happened for the crypto space, at least in my opinion. The CME released trading futures for Bitcoin. After here, the narrative was, well, the institutional money is coming, and you will see how many companies will invest in Bitcoin and blah blah blah, and will hit $1 million, $2 million by the end of 2020, something like that. Well, as you can see here, the reason why we don't have this move, as you can see here, because we have many crashes, right? Now we have this crash, right? Is because now, well, mostly all the companies, right? MicroStrategy and other companies, they are holding Bitcoin, and they will never tell you they are bearish, right? Something you didn't understand, right? People like Michael Saylor, right, saying, Bitcoin is gonna crash. No, because he's holding Bitcoin, right? He cannot say that kind of shit, right? So please think, right? So the thing here is, like, here we couldn't short, no companies actually. That's why we couldn't. The only way to short, well, technically it was not shorting, it's just selling Bitcoin, right? But right now we can short Bitcoin. We can short Bitcoin, and actually there are many companies, like, they are now dumping, right, over retailers, right, all their assets, but they will not tell you right now, right? You will know about this after maybe a few months, right? So that's why, as you can see here, Bitcoin is decreasing the performance 5x, okay? After every bull market, the performance is 5x less. So if I am correct, my initial statement was Bitcoin will hit around 85, 90K, remember? I failed. Bitcoin hit $100,000, 110. But, well, more or less, it's the same theory, right? 5x. So in average, Bitcoin is crashing around 70% and 80% the worst. So, for example, if we have this monthly close here, like this one, like, because this monthly close is reversal for me, is looking like more like a reversal. From here, we can say, okay, 75% Bitcoin is gonna be around 26, 30K. But if we see this price, Bitcoin is gonna be in a huge problem. Huge problem. Yeah. Why? Because if we see this price at 30K, that means Bitcoin is gonna break the ME55, or best friend, historically speaking. Every time when Bitcoin tested ME55, historically speaking, right? Historically speaking, every time Bitcoin found the bottom around the ME55. But if we see 30K, Bitcoin officially will just break. We could break the ME55, and that is gonna execute. Is gonna be the first real signal. The first bear market of Bitcoin is gonna start. Yeah. Because the pullbacks you see here, they are not bear markets. They are just pullbacks in weekly chart. Yeah, when you say the bear market 2018, actually the correct phrase is the pullback. The pullback in 2018, the pullback in 2015, the pullback in 2022. You see? But Bitcoin doesn't know what is a bear market. That's my point. Okay? So that's why when you see something like this, right, the momentum is decreasing, and the performance is actually decreasing, right, by 5 times. So if Bitcoin actually right now is imagine the top was on $110,000 and crashed around 75, right? So the next bounce here, is gonna be maybe around 60K, and that's all. It's the only thing. And after that, finally, it's just speculation, right? It's not technical analysis, right? Something like this, right? Something like this, and after like this, and after that, finally, I don't know, 10K. Who knows? I don't want to be like, because I know when I start talking about this kind of topics, people think, you are too bearish. Well, you are correct about something. This is not technical analysis. This is just a speculation, right? But the biggest hint is this. I don't want to see Bitcoin breaking the ME55. I don't want to see it, Because if we see this break, and not just only like this one, right? No, a powerful candle, like very, very, very strong, all the way down to, imagine, if Bitcoin crash to 30K, it's gonna be below, a potentially 40% below the ME55. That is gonna be a perfect confirmation, like Bitcoin is doing something different, okay? So that's why we don't want to see this. We want to see Bitcoin holding the ME55, right? Forever and ever. But I know as a trader, in some point, we will see a bear market, a real bear market, okay? So just keep in mind this chart. That's why, of course, if I show this kind of technical analysis on Twitter and X or whatever, on Facebook, people will not follow, right? Because, oh, no, I don't believe you, because maybe they invested, right? And they are getting wrecked right now, and they don't want to see the other side of the market, right? They don't want to see that, because if they see that, they will realize like maybe they made a very stupid decision, right? And it's normal. Same for me, right? When I do something wrong, it's very hard for me. Well, it was not now to admit like, okay, I was wrong. Yeah, it's normal. Of course, think about this. All the YouTubers out there, they want to sell you, or they want to, I don't know. The point here, just I wanted to show you why I disagree with this guy, and he has 2 million followers, right? And I have just 1,500. Well, never mind. The thing here is like, we need to understand both sides of the markets, right? Right now we are entering in a few days. We are gonna have a monthly sell signal here, reversal. As I said before, Bitcoin must somehow, between today and tomorrow, close above $97,000 if we don't want to see this, okay? The odds are very low, very, very low. So if we see this close, of course we could see a bounce, but that bounce is gonna be just a short opportunity, okay? So from right now, starting today, officially, I think, in 2 days, I will just keep shorting, same as I did Bitcoin, as I was shorting Bitcoin in 2021, 2022, here, right? Here. All this was actually very, very nice market when I was just shorting. Of course, I was taking some long positions, but in short term, mostly all the time was just short. And of course here, when I see the bottom, well, signals like bullish divergence or something like that, I will let you know. I will tell you, right, in some point. Okay, I think that's all for Bitcoin. Let's continue with some altcoins, and after that, let's continue with, I think the stock market, maybe not today, because the stock market, the volatility is very low, so it doesn't make sense, okay? Okay, let's continue with the comments. Simon, hello, Leo. Yeah, thank you, Simon. Yes, I'm trying to be more active in the group, and also in the chat and everything. So let me check. Stone, hi Leo. Hello, how are you? Hope you are doing very well. Ethereum, yes, we are going to talk about Solana and Ethereum. Don't worry about it. So let me do that for you. So let's talk about, first of all, Solana. Solana is impressive. I am very happy to see my chart. My technical analysis actually is working very good. I was looking for 120. I still a little bit, Solana hit around 130. I'm looking for 120 and potentially some sideways there. But if I am correct with Bitcoin, Solana is gonna break this level, and you will see maybe 195, 97 around there. Let's talk about the one-day chart. One-day chart for Solana. First of all, remember this. If you want to trade altcoins, you need to understand better. You need to check first Bitcoin. I am not a financial advisor, but I still suggest don't trade altcoins, especially in futures, because Bitcoin is not done yet. I mean, like, we have to wait more time. Yeah, I think maybe next week, the first week of March, after we saw this move, finally the capitulation of this move. One thing, if you see in social media, it's capitulation, yeah, buy the dip. Well, keep doing that and you will buy many dips. Yeah, it's fine. If your strategy is using DCA, it's totally fine, right? But it's not mine, right? In my case, I prefer to wait for the right moment. So as you can see here, in one day chart, Solana is testing the strongest support based on volume, as you can see here, yeah, between 140 and 130. And of course, I'm expecting some sideways here, but because Bitcoin actually, for me, is looking like continuation, there is a very high probability Solana is gonna hit the second level here, around here. That is not support, as you can see here, it's around 100. And from there, potentially, we could see a bounce. This bounce is gonna be just a sell opportunity. And now let's continue about with 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, we have a potential buy signal here. I strongly suggest don't enter to the markets right now. Don't enter, because this 4-hour buy signal, it could be a fake out, because now the market is trending to the downside. Actually, I strongly suggest wait for the next sell signal, right? Don't fight the trend. The trend now is to the downside. So you see this buy signal here, and Solana or any asset is in sideways and you see a bounce, wait for the next sell signal very close to the MI55, and after that, continuation to the downside. Okay. I know some of you're looking for a bounce. I know, I understand the feeling. I was there, but don't fight, especially when the market was in consolidation for many months. Especially here for Bitcoin. Bitcoin was in sideways for many months since November 2024, and right now in February. Finally, this is the resolution, is to the downside. So Bitcoin is now, not yet, it's almost there, but it's about to start trending, and in this case to the downside, right? So in general, the rule is very simple. Every time when you see a bounce, right, you see a bounce here, the MI55 and downside, and again bounce, MI55, downside, and so on. You continue until the end, right? Until the end. The trend is your friend. In this case, it's gonna be to the downside. Okay, now let's continue with more Ethereum. Ethereum, as you can see here, is testing support right now around $2,000, 200, 100, around there. This is a major support in higher time frames. As you can see here, we have a this is a support, and actually this is the area of monthly, I think. Yes. So in the higher time frame, as long as Ethereum is about $2,000, I think, for the next all this year. I don't that is gonna happen. I think it's gonna crash. But eventually, as long as it's about around this area, is support, right? So if we go to one day chart here, we don't have Bollinger variance. Oh my god, we don't have Bollinger variance here. You can say, oh, well, we have a Bollinger variance. No, let me see. So weird. No, actually, yes, we have a Bollinger variance forming right now. Yes, we have. It's weird actually. The momentum is very strange here. So what is gonna happen here? What I will do here? Nothing. Just waiting for maybe some consolidation here, right? I need to see Ethereum to prove me, like Ethereum must prove me, like actually this is support, and after that a bounce, but this bounce is just gonna be a sell opportunity. Okay, so let's continue in 4-hour chart for Ethereum. Let's see. Same thing. We are gonna see potentially a small bounce, and this bounce is gonna be just a sell opportunity as well. Yeah, that's all. So let's continue with Cardano, for example. Cardano right now, we got this pullback all the way down, this crash actually to 0.60, 60 in one day chart. Let me see one day chart. This is still to the downside. It's still to the downside. We don't have a Bollinger variance. Well, yes, kind of, yes. But because now higher time frames they are playing, I am looking for around 0.60 to be tested around here, and potentially from there another bounce. Let's talk about quant in the monthly, right? The monthly, well, actually it's very interesting. This thing is not moving here. I don't know why, but with this crash, all the altcoins, I was looking for maybe a potential test of $50, but it's not. Actually, it's holding here. Well, it depends on your time frame, right? But here you wanna see you are well, quant is in sideways, as you can see here. This is the top, this is the middle of the range, and this is the bottom, right? So just one thing: never trade in the middle. Never trade in the middle. You sell here and you buy here. So there is no entry. The only way to buy this thing is if you see another test to maybe 50, or you can see a buy signal here forming maybe in 4 months here. Yeah, around here. That is gonna be the only way. Okay. Let's continue with more altcoins. Tron. Tron. Let me check. TRX. Okay. Now here in weekly chart, I am looking for 0.17, 0.15. It's still to the downside here. Well, the Tron is your friend, and this thing actually is doing very well. Actually, it's very good chart. Very good chart. When if we compare this chart with like Solana or something else, it's very good. Looking for 0.17, 0.15. Maybe a potential bounce of around there. Let's see one day chart. And one day chart is in sideways, my friend. It's in sideways here. I cannot tell you more here. In general, I don't like the idea of trading altcoins right now. It doesn't make sense for me. And especially when Bitcoin is actually trending right now, or is about to start trending. In this case, to the downside. So if you're looking for a bounce, as I said before, you must watch first Bitcoin, and after finally Bitcoin hit key levels, like maybe 75 or 80K or something like that, maybe in that moment we can start looking for a bounce, okay? Please don't rush. I mean, like I'm trying to say this, don't rush and don't go to 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 1 minute time frame, because I can see some people are doing that. The only thing you are gonna do is just waste your time and energy and your money. Of course, maybe you want to learn, is fine, but there are better ways to learn, right? And cheaper, right? Okay, now let's continue. Let's continue with more. Solana, let me see the comments. I think that's all. Guys. Recap for Bitcoin. Okay, looking for continuation. Still continuation, right? Still continuation. My targets are 75, 80K, around there. If we see a bounce, honestly, I don't think that is going to happen, at least not now. In order to see a bounce, if we want to see a bounce, we want to see Bitcoin holding all the week this area. Bitcoin must be in sideways here, all the week. If we see this in sideways, what I'm going to do here, if I see this, because we will have a bullish divergence maybe next week, if Bitcoin holds this area, I will just cancel. I will take my profits here, and I will open a long position looking for maybe 94, 95 again, a bounce here in one day chart, something like that. And after that, another short opportunity to start looking for 75K again. Okay. But what I saw, based on what I saw in the past, Bitcoin, every time when Bitcoin is breaking a range like this one, usually likes to crash around 35%, between 25 and 35%, something like this. You see, something like this, or something like 2021 here, here, Bitcoin in range for maybe 3-4 months, and after that, the first week 25%, and the second week around 29%. Yeah, every time when Bitcoin is in consolidation or distribution, in this case distribution in weekly chart, the move in weekly chart is around between at least 25%, but in average is around 40%. So, and if you see here, the distance from the beginning of this move around 95K to the MI55 is around 22%. Okay. So maybe around 70K, something like that. Yeah, possible. But when you see this kind of moves in weekly chart, please don't think, it's moving just 5%. No. When we're talking about weekly chart, we're talking about a lot. Like the move should be significant. Okay. Okay, guys, I think that's all for today. Okay, guys, thank you so much, and see you tomorrow. Okay.